Welcome to the 6:30 p.m. class for Hatha Yoga for Stress Release. I'm Amanda. Thank you for allowing me to guide you for the next hour throughout your practice. Whenever you are ready, we're going to start in a seated posture this evening. And the seated posture, you can choose to do half lotus, if full lotus is in your practice, or if you've had a long day and you just want to give your legs a nice stretch, you can always begin with the legs out in front. So finding what feels just right. Making sure that our sit bones are either on a blanket or on the floor. Begin to close the eyes. Checking in with the breath. Becoming aware of the inhalations and the exhalations. The natural rhythm. Becoming aware of any sensations that you notice within the body. Maybe you notice tingling in the back and the hips, or maybe a little bit of tightness in the shoulders. Or maybe you notice that you feel more flexible, or feel lighter than yesterday. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and take the next inhalation through the nose and really pull the breath down into the body, making it a huge, big inhalation. And just take your time, slowly breathing in deep. And then as you exhale, begin to open the mouth and just release. Inhale through the nose, nice and deep, taking your time. And then whenever you're ready, exhale through the mouth. Repeating this cycle 3 more times. We're going to inhale through the nose. Really allow yourself to feel the chest rise. Feel the belly expand. And then whenever you're ready, release through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe you become aware that as you inhale, slow it down just a tad bit. Really allow yourself to feel the deep inhalation. When you can't sip any more air within your belly, release through the mouth. 1 more time. Inhale. Feel in the lungs, feel in the belly expand. And as you exhale, maybe this time you notice that you're able to open the jaw a little bit more. Release any tension and just let it go. As we continue with our inhalation and our exhalations, I want to just incorporate a little bit of breath retention, and we're going to do this just for 3 rounds. So we're going to inhale like we did, nice and slow, for a count of 5. And if your body is ready and allows you to, try holding your breath for 3 seconds. And then as you exhale, I want you to continue to open the mouth like you did with the exhalation out of the mouth, and just really allow yourself to release anything that builds up as you're holding your breath, and that we're going to build that tapas. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and inhale deep, nice and slow. Nothing too forceful. When you can't sip anymore, hold for 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Holding the breath. 3, 2, 1, and release. really push that breath out. Inhale. Make it a good one. Your last one. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and just let it all go. As you exhale and become aware of the body, as you notice that it has started to relax a little bit more in the mind, feels a little more at ease. Continuing our inhalations and exhalations, we're going to drop our chin to our chest. And as you inhale, slowly glance up. And then whenever you exhale, go ahead and tuck the chin back towards the chest. Finding a nice rhythm within your inhalation and your exhalation. Really connecting. Becoming aware of the neck. Aware of the breath. And if it feels good, you can drop the chin a little bit closer to the chest, and you should feel the shoulder begin to open, and you should feel a nice stretch up in your shoulders and within the back of your neck. But not too much to strain. This should feel really good. One more time, we're going to inhale, open up the throat, look up, and then exhale very gently. Release, bringing the chin down to the chest. Very slowly, we're going to inhale the arms up. Go ahead and place the fingers at the top. We're going to turn the palms up towards the sky. Allow yourself to pull the spine nice and long. Making sure to keep the shoulders down. Feeling that nice stretch in the wrist and the fingers. And then as you exhale, go ahead and begin to drop the hands coming out towards center. We're going to begin to curve the back, sucking the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, bring it back up. This time, just bringing the arms back just a tad bit. We're going to open up the chest. Make sure to keep the spine nice and tall, though. Then exhale. Very nice. One more. Inhale. Nice and tall. And then if the back allows, if it feels good, you can go ahead and just take it a little bit further. Maybe you incorporate just a tiny baby back bend. Maybe you look up towards the sky a little bit. And then as you exhale, really push the palm of your hands, pushing it out. You should feel the scapulas opening up nice and big. And then inhale, coming back to center, and then exhale, release, doing nice little wrist rolls all the way down. So we're going to do a nice little deltoid stretch, just to kind of keep following up with getting the arms and the shoulders nice and worked out. So whenever you inhale, go ahead and bring the right arm up. And then very nicely, just go ahead and bring it towards the left side. Take your left hand and then very gently run the fingers along the arm. And then support the arm. And then with gravity doing what she does best, and just a little bit of pressure, not much. You want to push just right above the elbow, help bring this arm towards the chest. This should feel really good. If you're feeling any pain, just go ahead and release it a little bit. Wherever you are. Just breathe. Make sure to keep that shoulder dropped away from the ear. We don't want to hurt that neck. Very good. Inhale, go ahead and bring the arm back to center. Go ahead and bring it down towards the earth. We're going to inhale, bring the left arm up, and we're going to go ahead and incorporate a nice lateral stretch onto the left side. Now, as you're stretching over, you may notice that your elbow wants to go towards the earth. If it's not ready yet, that's okay. You can always incorporate a block, especially when you're warming up. You don't want to be too taxing on your spine and on your body. This should feel really good. Inhale back to center, bringing the arms up. And what we're going to do is we're going to exhale. Go ahead and bring that left arm towards the right. And then exhale, bringing that right arm around. Taking the fingertips, showing your arm a little love. Saying, hello, deltoids, we love you as we stretch you. And then very gently bringing that hand towards the elbow, almost like you're cradling it and supporting it, helping it. Close the eyes. Really just allowing yourself to feel how good the stretch feels, especially if you're at a computer all day. And whenever you're ready, inhale, go ahead and release the arm, bringing it back up. Swinging that left arm back down to the side, right arm up above. We're going to walk the fingers out and also taking our block with us if we need it. And then very gently bringing the right arm up above and taking a nice lateral stretch over to the left side. This should feel really good. Inhale, come back to center. Go ahead and come back up. Inhale, bring the arms up. Go ahead and bring the feet out in front. Placing the feet right out in front. The knees are nice and raised. And then exhale, bringing the hands down to the shins or the thighs. If you have a blanket underneath your bum or a block, probably now is a good time to remove it. And what we're going to do is this is considered our easy staff pose. So your legs should look like this, almost as if you're setting up for boat, but we're not going to do boat just yet. That comes later. So we want to grab our hands either here under our thighs, or you can place them right on top of the shins. And we're going to do a nice cow-cat variation in our easy staff pose. So you want to inhale, and as you inhale, gently open the chest, making sure to take the gaze up towards the sky, but not too much. We're still warming up the body. And then exhale as you round, bring the chin down to the chest, opening the back. Inhale, one more. Go ahead and open it up. And then exhale, go ahead and roll the back, rolling the chin towards the chest. One more, inhale, open up. And then as you exhale, come back to center. Go ahead and take the right hand, bring it onto the left side of your thigh, and then bring that left arm out behind you. We're going to do a nice revolved easy staff pose. Doing some nice twists and stretches to form the spine. Cow-cat is good for opening the lungs. It's also very good for stress release. It's good for the back. There's a lot of benefits to it. It's a really great warm-up pose. It gets the body nice and warm, and it's also something I like to do when I've had a long day and I just want to get some movement into my body. Exhale, come back to center. And raise the arms back up. And then as you exhale, bringing our left hand onto the outside of our right thigh. And then exhale, go ahead and open that right arm out behind you into a revolved easy staff pose. Just enjoy opening up. Inhale, swoop the arm back around, back to center. We're going to bring our hands down onto the mat, and we're going to bring our legs around, and we're going to come into our nice table. So if you need a blanket under your knees, go ahead and grab your blanket. Get nice and long, super comfy. We want to enjoy the practice while we show our body a little love through yoga. So Always be kind to your knees. They do a lot of work for you throughout the day. So while we're in table, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a nice little cow cat just to continue the warm-up process of the spine, but also just to show you a different way, the variations of different ways of doing it for your practice at home. So inhale, drop the belly, very slowly looking the gaze up towards the sky or out in front. Exhale, go ahead and roll the back, chin to chest. Inhale, back down into cow. Keep going. I'm going to turn to the front, so don't ignore me. Just ignore me. Keep doing what you're doing. Following through with your cow cat. And then on your third exhalation, after you've released your cat and you're coming back to center, go ahead and bring the right leg out to the side, making sure to turn the right toes towards the side of your mat. And we're going to continue by dropping the belly, opening up the chest into a nice cow, and then go ahead and rounding the back, tucking the chin into a nice cat. Inhale, going into our cow. Exhale very slowly into cat. One more. Inhale. And then very gently exhale. Go ahead and push up through the hand. Pushing up into spread the shoulders. And then exhale. Come back to center. On your next inhalation, go ahead and lift the right leg up. We're going to swoop it back behind us. And we're going to stand for a second in a balancing, we'll kneel in a second for a balancing three-legged table. So you can stay here, pulling the belly button up towards the spine, making sure to find your focal point out in front. And really concentrate on squeezing through the glutes. They'll help hold you in your posture, hold you in your balance. And then when you find your place of stability within your pose and you want to take it a little bit deeper, go ahead and bring the left arm up. Gazing out in front. Now very gently, as you exhale, bring the left hand down. We're going to go ahead and turn the knee at a 90-degree angle. So you're almost like setting up for tiger pose. But what we're going to do is from here, you want to bring that leg back out to the side, almost like you're peeing on a fire hydrant, but you're literally not. And then you can stay here and hold. It's a nice balancing pose, incorporate your breath. Or if you're ready, you can take the airplane arm variation of table. And this is a nice balancing pose. Pulling through the core, this will help hold your balance. Pushing up through the right arm. Exhale, go ahead and bring that left hand down to the mat. Drop the right knee, and then very slowly wagging out the tail. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that left foot out to the side. So if this is, as we go to the left side, if it's too much to do the variation of the balancing table with the airplane arm, feel free to just stay in the balancing table. That works just as well. So with the toes pointing towards the front of the mat, we're going to inhale, drop the belly. Our gaze goes up towards the sky. And then exhale, rolling through the back, tucking the chin into the chest, into cat. Inhale, opening up, our gaze goes out in front. Exhale, rolling back into cat. Really pushing up through those hands. One more, inhale. And then exhale, rolling it back through to cat. And then coming back to center, we're going to lift that left leg up. We're going to swoop it behind us into our three-legged balancing table. We're going to take a moment to check in with the alignment on the left side. Just find where we are within this pose. And if that feels really good and you're ready to take it to the next level, you can do a three-legged balance, you can do the balancing table. And if you'd like to take it to the next step, the balancing table airplane variation, go ahead and turn the leg at a 90-degree angle, flexing the foot. And we're going to turn the leg out to the side, holding through the core. Making sure to check in with the left arm, especially if you're going to take the airplane arm on the right side. Make sure it's nice and secure underneath that shoulder. And then when you find your balance, go ahead and raise that right arm. And just breathe. And if this is too much, just go ahead and drop the right hand. And whenever you're ready, exhale. Go ahead and bring that right knee back down. Wagging the tail, we're going to go ahead and touch the back toes, spreading our knees nice and wide on the other side of the mat, and then rolling back very nicely into our well-deserved child's pose. Taking a nice resting pose for 3 breaths. So you should start to feel a little bit more warmed up. You should start to feel the heat moving a little bit, so you're helping to burn off some of that stress. And then you're also figuring out which side of your body is a little more balanced than the other. So some days my left is a little more balanced, some days my right, and some days I feel balanced as a whole. So it's being a human being, each day is different. So don't beat yourself up. It's always something cool to learn about the body. It also lets you see where you keep or put a lot of your strength within your body, like your right arm more than you realize. So really neat. Human body's a cool thing. So coming back up into the table, checking in, making sure our knees are once again aligned underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to go ahead and tuck our back toes. We're going to very slowly pushing up through the hands, up into the shoulders. We're going to push up very gently, very slowly, back into our downward facing dog. Pedaling through the feet. Just taking a moment. And very slowly, we want to inhale. We're going to bring our right leg between our 2 front hands. Checking in where we are. Making sure our knee is aligned nicely over our little ankle. And then we're going to drop the we're going to drop the left knee, untuck the toes, and we're going to start in a really nice low lunge. This way we give the chance to do a little nice grow and stretch. Also stretching out the hips, which is another spot that we hold a lot of tension and stress. And if this is too much on that area, always use your blocks to bring the earth up towards you. It helps. It really does. There's some days when these guys, I won't leave home without them, you know? Just really allow yourself to feel and just breathe. Two more breaths. Very nice. So we're going to tuck the left toes. We're going to lift up that left knee. And we're going to start to move and transition into a high lunge. So if you feel that this is too big of a stretch to rise up, there's no shame in bringing your foot up a little bit further And then you want to bring the hands up, making sure that we're on our back toes. And we're going to come into a nice high lunge. Now you can either leave your hands up here with raised above. You can bring them to your hips, or if you want the support, you can bring them here. Also, if this is too much on your knee, go ahead and take the left leg and drop down to the knee. And you can still do this nice modification of a high lunge. So wherever you are in your high lunge, I will meet you there. Using, just checking in with the body, making sure the hips are nice and straight. And very slowly inhale, we're going to inhale up. And as you exhale, just very slowly hinge forward at the hips. Now, as you hinge forward, you'll notice that your left foot, the ball of your left foot is going to help push you a little bit further, but this is a balancing and strengthening pose. So where you are, come back to center, hands to the heart. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the ground. We're going to drop that left knee, untuck the toes, and then very slowly walking the hands back, flexing the right foot up into a nice runner stretch, I like to call. Very good. Inhale, rocking it back forward. Coming back into our low lunge. Maybe we become aware of that our stretch is a little bit deeper. Go ahead and tuck that back toe once more. And then placing our hands flat on the earth as you exhale, go ahead and bring that left foot up to meet the right. And we're going to come into a forward fold. Now, if you're fighting high blood pressure or if you have vertigo, my suggestion is to bring a block and keep halfway to where you're hinged at the hips and you have a nice flat back. If you are taking a full forward fold, I will see you down there. So we're going to inhale halfway. Just taking a gaze out in front, making sure the knees don't block the knees, they're nice and bent. Really feel how you can pull through the belly button, pulling it to the spine. And then exhale very slowly. On our next inhale, we're going to rise up very slowly. Keeping our knees bent, bringing our arms up. We're going to very gently come down into our chair pose. So you don't have to do a full, intense chair pose. I like to call it my easy chair pose when I've had a long day and I want to do chair, but I'm not so much looking for the toning aspect of it. I'm looking for the release of the stress from, because this pose, when I hold it for a long time, helps me release, especially a lot of tension that I'm holding in my head. So as you exhale, bring your hands down to your thighs, right above your knees. Or if you're up a little bit more, you can bring them right here. And we're going to do a nice cow-cat variation. So you want to inhale, open the chest, but very subtly, not very deep, just very subtly. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. See if you can roll the back. When you roll the back, go ahead and push the tailbone under. And then allow the hands to gently slide down the legs. And you should feel the hang in the shoulders. You should feel the hang in the upper back. It should feel really good. Inhale, let the hands slide gently up the legs. And then exhale very slowly. Let the hands just go down. Don't ever put any pressure. Just you're using them as a guide to help guide you down. And just inhale one more time. And then very nice, exhale. Coming back to center, inhale, we're going to rise up, bringing our hands to heart center. And then very slowly, go ahead and go down a little bit deeper in your chair. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then gently, very gently, release it very nice to 4. Straighten our legs, coming into a forward fold. As we inhale, we're going to pick that right leg out. We're going to push it back, bring in our left foot between our hands. We're going to drop the the right knee. And making sure that our kneecap is aligned over our ankle, and we're going to settle into a low lunge on our left side. Once again, if blocks are part of your practice, this would be a good time to just bring them in. Just breathe. Feel free when you do your inhalations and your exhalations to release any time the breath out of the mouth. Just breathe in deep and then just let it go. Very slowly, we're setting up to come into our high lunge. We want to bring our hands by our foot. Go ahead and tuck the back toes. We're going to raise that right knee. And if you feel that you need to make an adjustment, now's the time. I usually like to bring my foot up almost as if I was taking one step forward. And then I will always, after I get here, it'll give you a good idea of where you need to be with the alignment of your knee over your ankles. So from here, I'll notice that I probably have to take my foot up a little bit more, and that's okay. And then when you feel comfortable and you feel steady, go ahead and rise up into your high lunge. Facing forward. You can hold your hands here up above. You can bring them to your hips. You can bring them out in front. Engaging, pulling our belly button in towards our spine to help keep our alignment, help hold us up. Using our breath. And then as you exhale, as I said earlier, go ahead and gently, using the ball of the right foot, allow it to help you push the body forward just a little bit as you hinge forward at the hip. And hold for 3, 2, and then 1. Exhale, come back to center. Bringing our hands back down, maybe bring them to the hips, forward to the heart. And then very slowly exhale, bringing it back down to the earth. Dropping that right knee, untucking the right toes. And then once again, we're going to sink into our low lunge. And just breathe. Inhale deep. And then exhale. Inhale deep. And let it go. Inhale deep. One big last time. Inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to go ahead and rock back, rolling onto the ball of the left foot. And then exhale, release to the nice, intense stretch on the left side. And just relax. Maybe wiggle the toes. Very slowly, rocking back towards the front. We're going to tuck the right toes once more, placing our hands on the earth. And as you inhale, get ready to bring the right foot up towards the left, coming into our forward fold or our half forward fold, whichever one is in your practice. Staying here, we're going to take it nice and long, elongate the spine. Really allow yourself to fall into your forward fold. Maybe you bend the knees a little bit and allow the torso to fall over the thighs.
If you are meeting me halfway, go ahead and just keep the knees nice and bent. You can stay here. Just breathe. Very nice. Whenever you're ready, inhale. We're going to bring those hands up to the shins halfway. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then gently releasing once more. Inhale, reverse swan dive up towards the sky. Bringing our hands together. Maybe you play with the baby back then, or you can just stay here, right? Upward salute. And then as you inhale, bringing your your hands together. The index fingers should be touching, and then you want to inhale, rise up, and then exhale. We're going to do a nice little stretch. Stretch it out. Inhale back to center, and then exhale to the left. Back to center. We're going to drop those arms, open up into cactus arm. Inhale, coming back up. And then as you exhale, go ahead and grab the fingers all together. We're going to do our interlacing of our fingers once more with our palms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you want to gently bend the knees, bringing those hands out in front, rolling in the back. Let me show you how I'm doing it. And then inhale. Opening back up, making sure to keep the tailbone tucked when you open, and you're just going to do a nice rise in the chest. There you go. Exhale, rounding it up. Inhale, opening it back up, tucking the tailbone. One more, exhale. Very nice. Inhale, and then rise up, stretch, 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 release the fingers, and then exhale. Go ahead, bring it down. We're going to do a nice deltoid stretch again, this time standing. We're going to inhale, bring our right arm up, very gently bring it towards the left. Go ahead and take the left hand underneath, with our knees nice and bent. We don't want to lock our knees. And then using your hand to just gently caress and pull the arm. You're also going to support it. Very gently, just really breathe. Incorporating maybe your Ujjayi breath at this time, your ocean breath. Inhale, go ahead and bring the arm back up. This time, as we go to bring this down, we're going to bring the right arm down the right side of the thigh. We're going to inhale, bring that left arm up. And we're going to do a nice gentle twin. Stretch towards the right. Opening up the left side. Inhale back to center. This time, we're going to bring that left arm over, bringing our right arm underneath. Giving it a nice hug and stretch. Caress as we bring it towards and support it towards our right side. Going into our breath. Very nice. Slowly releasing that left arm back up, bringing it over to the side. Let it very slowly just glide. You don't want to push, just glide down the left thigh and just opening up the right. Inhale back to center. Just go ahead and give yourself a nice shoulder roll. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you play with either side. And whenever you're ready, very slowly begin to hinge forward at the hips. Keeping our knees bent. Very nice. And as You want to keep them nice and bent to where you're almost setting up for chair, but we're not going to do a chair. We're just going to stay here at a nice forward fold, halfway variation with our knees bent for support. And we're going to hinge forward, making sure we have a flat back, making sure the feet are aligned under the hips. So you can choose to keep the hands, like you don't want to press them on your knee, but you can gently lay them on the thigh. Or if you would like, you can bring your arms out to the side for airplane. Or you can bring them in front for prayer mudra. Or if binding is part of your practice, you can go ahead and do some nice bow mudras behind the back. Or you can wrap the elbows, come up, or you can do a nice prayer mudra behind the back. Whatever works in your practice. And then very slowly begin to gently lower towards the earth, lower in our bum. And then bringing our hands down to the earth, finding earth, placing our hands, and letting the body just round over the thighs. And then exhale, go ahead and begin to straighten the legs, walking the hands out, bringing our feet behind us, rolling into a downward facing dog. And taking a little bit of a 3-breath break. Very nice, enjoy. And when you're ready, very slowly begin to drop the knees down to the earth, coming back into our table. And very slowly, you want to rock forward. And you want to very slowly bring the knees, bring the elbows towards the ribs. So we're going to hug them in. We're going to go down in knees, chest, and chin. So you want to make sure you rock forward a little bit. Your elbows are turned towards the front, and they're kind of tucked into where you feel like they scrape the side of your ribs as you go down. Very nice. Then we're going to go down. Come on to the belly. And then when you're ready, bring the hands out in front into a nice Sphinx pose. And just breathe. Just relax. Beginning to wind down the body. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring that left leg out to the side. Depending on where you are, if that's too much on the lower back, just make sure wherever you feel any, so if you start to feel tension, just go ahead and bring the foot back down towards the back of the mat. If you want a little bit more of an intense stretch or a deeper stretch in the groin and also in the lower back, you can bring the knee up closer towards to be in alignment with the hip. But like I said, if it hurts, I would suggest bringing the knee closer back down towards the foot, back down towards the end of the mat. So we're going to take a nice little stretch resting pose in here. You want to bring the hands down. You're coming on the forearms very slowly. And you're raising down and you're lowering your cheek onto your hands. Just relax. One more breath. Very slowly. You're going to come back up. Bringing the elbows back underneath the shoulders, back into your Sphinx pose. You're going to bring the left leg back. You're going to very gently rock the hips back and forth, very slowly. And then on your next inhalation, go ahead and bring the right knee up on the right side, wherever your leg and where it feels comfortable. Finding what feels comfy and good. And then when you're ready, bring in forearms forward, Placing the hands on top of one another to make a nice pillow. And you can do your face, your head in the opposite direction, or you can do it in the direction where your leg is up at a 90-degree angle. Just relaxing here. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and bring the forearms back up, the elbows back under the shoulders. Taking a moment to just savor how good your back is. And then very slowly bring the right leg back and then very gently do a nice hip rock back and forth. And then whenever you're ready, place the hand underneath the shoulders. And then exhale, go ahead and push back, all the way back into your table. So in our table, we're just going to check in once again, the alignment. See how the body is feeling now. Notice, become aware while you're in your table if you can feel any difference in the lumbar spine, the back part of your back, or even up in your cervical spine up by your neck. See if you notice any differences as you push through the hands in the back. Notice it up by your shoulder blades. Just take a moment to observe. And then whenever you're ready, very slowly, go ahead and come sitting down onto the bottom. Very gently. So go ahead and if you have a block handy, go ahead and bring it next to you by your side. Or if you like taking bridge pose without a block, that's perfectly fine too. So I wanted to do a nice bridge pose before we completely come down to our back and towards ending the practice in Shavasana. So very slowly, go ahead and gently roll down on the back. And just take, when you have a moment, just bring the block, bring it right beside you. And just feel the back as it touches the earth. Notice any areas that may feel maybe a little more flexible. If you have any compression in the spine, this will be really good too for releasing it with a nice supportive bridge pose. And just make sure the feet are aligned underneath the knees. And we're going to very gently push up. And as you push up, raise the bottom up, raise the torso up, the hips up. And you can choose to stay here, or you can take your block and you want to very nicely place it under the back. Now, where you put it is going to be between, you want it elongated, and you want to put it at the place between where the lower spine is and the pelvis. So you don't want it completely on the spine, and you don't want it completely on the pelvis. This is supposed to be a very nice supportive bridge pose. It's supposed to be very relaxing. So make sure that, and you'll notice it, that it's placed very nicely. You won't feel any tension or any pain in the lower back. And if you don't have a block always works really well too. Just really breathe. Become aware of your inhalation, your exhalation. This is a very good restorative pose to do towards the end of your practice. Very slowly, we're going to push back into the bottom of the feet to help raise the hips. Move the block from underneath, and then very slowly exhale. Go ahead and bring the back completely back onto the earth. Go ahead and bring the knees up, giving it a nice hug. Maybe rock back and forth, a little side to side. You take your arms and stretch them out above, overhead. And go ahead and bring the feet back down to the earth. So we're gonna take, for the final pose, you can either do happy baby, or you could do something of your own practice if you haven't done yet, or if you would like, I always like to close in a down angle pose, which is a butterfly pose. So we're gonna do a nice reclined, like I said, reclined butterfly, or you can choose to do happy baby. If you wanna do the happy baby, you wanna inhale, bring the feet up towards the chest. Using your hands, you want to grab on the outside of the feet, and you want to open up your legs. Do a nice rock back side to side. If you don't want to do happy baby and you would love to do a butterfly / down ankle pose, go ahead and begin with your feet flat on the floor, and then using your blocks if you have them, you want to place them on either side of the thigh. And what you want to do is begin to lower the legs down, giving them support. And then you want to bring the palms of your feet together, the soles of your feet. And then just allow the thighs to rest on the block. And just relax in a nice reclined down ankle butterfly. Just slowly come back into where you are within your breath. Become aware of any different sensations that you notice in the body. Allow yourself to just relax in the final pose. And as you relax, maybe you take the time just very subtly to reflect. Reflect back on your practice the past hour. Maybe you set an intention at the beginning of your practice. Maybe there's a word or a mantra that comes to your mind. And whenever you're ready, if you're in happy baby or if you're in bound ankle pose, go ahead and bring the feet back down to the earth. Go ahead and release the legs. Stretching your arms out up overhead. And then preparing yourself for your well-deserved Shavasana. Just relax. And enjoy your time. become aware of the fingers as they just slightly move. Still, we keep the eyes closed. We're just bringing awareness to the body as it begins to wake back up. Maybe after we wiggle the fingers, we notice the toes, they begin to come to life as they subtly move. Notice how unique our fingers and our toes are. Very gently, we're bringing our awareness up to the feet, into the ankles. Almost with our awareness as if we're pulling a warm blanket over us as we continue to visualize our awareness as we take it to the shins and the calves, knees, the thighs, continuing up towards the hips, over the belly, the chest, shoulders, the arms, completely aware of the body from the toes all the way to the shoulders and the neck, as if we pulled up a nice warm blanket, pulled it up all the way up to our neck. Very subtly, whenever you're ready, still feeling the warmth and the comfort. Go ahead and roll over onto either comfortable side of your fetal posture. Keeping with the visualization that we're nice and snug in our warm blanket. This warm blanket represents the love and nurturing, the compassion, the understanding, the forgiveness. It represents everything beautiful about us, wrapped around us, to always be there to support us, and to let us know that we are not alone. Very gently. Again, to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Pushing up as you slowly come to that seated posture. Still allowing yourself to feel that warmth and comfort. Almost as if you're bringing that warm blanket up with you, hugging it around your neck. Keeping the eyes closed. Turning to our natural breath, our natural rhythm. Bringing our hands to the front of our heart. Maybe we like to use a lotus mudra or prayer mudra. Whatever mudra is calling to you, close of your practice. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide this evening for your practice.
May you always find joy within each moment. Find the peace at the end of your day. The light in me honors the beautiful light in each and every one of you. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be at peace. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.